Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at your seductive powers. So, this reading's not suitable for anyone that isn't over the age of 18. We have 3 piles to choose from. For pile number 1, we have the crystal Red Jasper. For pile number 2, we have the crystal rose quartz. And for pile number 3, we have the golden cat's eye heart. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile, pick whichever one you are most drawn to. So hopefully by now you have picked a pile for yourself. If not, you can pause the video. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number ones. If you chose this Red Jasper crystal, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at your seductive powers. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Your card is the Mistress of the Labyrinth with My Soul Knows the Way and the Only Way Out is Through. And your cards are the Emperor, Temperance, King of Wands, Seven of Cups, Nine of Cups. Before we get into your reading, I just want to say bookings are open for personal readings. I'm going to be taking my last few readings for the year, and then I'm going to be taking a break for a while from personal readings. So if you don't want to miss out, send me an email to create a booking. You can find my email address in the description box below. Okay, so what I feel from your pile number 1. With the words Mistress of the Labyrinth, I don't think anybody in this pile would necessarily date a married or taken person. However, if you have, there is no judgment here. But what I do want to say from this card, what I'm picking up on here is maybe you have the seductive power of being able to attract anyone your way, anyone at all. With the Seven of Cups, the Nine of Cups, it's kind of like you have all the power when it comes to your relationships, whether you realize or not. And this is not necessarily bad, but let me explain what I see. The Seven of Cups represents to me having many options in love or dating. Since we're, asking about your seductive powers, I'm taking it like that. Kind of like you have more options than you realize, and you get to pick and choose who you want to date. You get to pick and choose who you want to be with romantically or sexually. And so with the Nine of Cups, it's like you have all the choice. You get to create your wish come true in a relationship. But even if you don't want something so serious, there's just something about you getting to pick and choose who you want. And so you kind of have a whole bunch of people on a silver platter and you get to pick and choose. And so that's why I say you have all the power when it comes to dating and love and just kind of like other situationships that are more sexual in nature. It's like you get to pick and choose. They're not necessarily the ones picking and choosing. But then they look at you as if you are the one they want and nobody else. Okay, so I see this energy where you're able to seduce anybody at all. It's like, I'm hearing from Spirit, people would be stupid to not want you. It's like, who wouldn't want you? Because people look at you as if you are so attractive, as if you are so sexy. Yet at the same time, personality-wise, you have everything they want with the Nine of Cups here. So that is also your seductive power. The fact that people think that you are having all the traits they want in a partner or in a situationship, whatever it is, you have what they want. And so they want you, nobody else. And I think that is also your seductive power, being able to pick and choose who you want while simultaneously being the only one they want, and having the qualities and traits they want. And so they chase after you, because King of Wands is a very action orientated person, right? So I see this as the people chasing after you. I even feel from spirit your seductive power doesn't even, you don't even have to lift a finger to use it. Your seductive power comes within your looks, comes within the fact that people want you. You're desired by many. And so I'm seeing something about, when a store has a certain product and everybody wants it and it's on high demand, Spirit is comparing that like a metaphor, like you're on high demand. People want you and they'll sort of fight to get you or chase after you to be noticed because they know you're desired by many. So that's part of your seductive power. And you don't have to lift a finger, because you don't even have to flirt with anybody or talk to anybody to get them to notice you or want to come up to you and talk to you. I kind of feel you're in that energy of magnetism, of I don't chase, I attract, and so other people are now chasing after you because you're in this receptive energy. I'm seeing the Empress card in my mind's eye. So that's why I say you're in this receptive energy. And that's kind of what I feel like. Your seductive power just has to do with your magnetism and being able to attract people your way and almost be seen in a way of like highly desired, where everybody wants you. So people are going to have to put in the extra effort, go the extra mile to even be noticed by you. Okay, so that's what I see right off the bat. You have many people that would do anything to be with you, that desires you so much that they'll even wait the longest time before you even start dating them. Like, I just see them chasing after you and wanting you so badly that they'll wait forever, even if it means at the end they don't get what they want from you. Whether that be a relationship, whether that be something sexual with you. Um, Even if they don't get what they want at the end of the day, at least they tried. So you're having this seductive power of almost like not making people, but then this is the effect you have on people. So, like I said, your seductive power, I don't think you necessarily use it intentionally, but you just attract people your way. And because of your energy and how you are in your energy right now, it almost makes other people want to chase after you, where you don't have to necessarily even use that power. But it just happens in your favor. So I also feel like this pile just attracts a lot of attention from people wherever you go. You could walk around and people will stare at you, people will look at you. For the woman watching, you've probably been catcalled a lot. You've probably had a lot of people, even try to DM you when you post on social media, because I'm seeing an element of social media and you just being so sexy and photogenic that you can just post a photo and people are in your DMs all of a sudden. Maybe even for the men too, but I feel that more so for the women. Like, you just have people chasing after you and you don't even try to do anything to appear sexy and even if you do, you don't try to do anything to make them chase after you, but they end up doing so anyways. Um, and with Mistress of the Labyrinth, maybe some of you have actually had married men or taken people sort of try to come and flirt with you or try something with you, but maybe you rejected them. I don't know, but I do feel like you've just attracted a lot of people your way, and I feel like you've become selective with who you want in your life. For some of you, not all. And again, it's just like you have all the power of being able to pick and choose. Is there anything else here that I'm missing before we move on to the Oracle card, Spirit? I keep feeling that people desire you, people desire your attention, and your seductive power. The biggest thing I'm seeing here is your magnetism and your energy. Yes, you have that physical quality that draws, people's eyes and attention to you, but I also feel like part of it is your energy, how you just attract people your way. And I don't even feel like you're trying to put yourself out there or trying to do anything. You just get attention naturally and from many different people where they're just begging to be noticed by you the same way they notice you. That's what I'm hearing in my mind. And it almost feels like I have to fight for your attention, or I have to fight off other men, to get your attention, or you probably have a lot of people wanting you. So I have to do the most to make a huge impression. And I feel like that's where your power holds within your seduction powers. That's the biggest thing I see here. I'm hearing the word cherry picking. What does that even mean? Okay, it means it's a slang term to pick only the best people or things from a group so that only people or things that are less good remain. So I think that confirms what I said, where I said some of you are selective about who you choose when it comes to dating, love, and situationships and whatever casual situations you have to do with the bedroom. Okay, so I think I'm now gonna go ahead and pull your oracle cards off camera. Okay, so for your oracle cards, you have Malachite with Uranus and Eudaimonia and Fairy of the Green World with the natural world needs you. And we have the angel number 44 here. The number 4 relates to spiritual protection. So maybe you're also protecting yourself spiritually, energetically by being picky, by being choosy. And that overall just adds to this magnetism where people know that, okay, you reject certain people, that you only want the best of the best in your relationships, that you are selective in who you spend your time around. And that desirability factor you have increases by the fact that you're selective. So that's what I want to say as well with your seductive powers. Because you're selective, it makes people desire you more because they know there's only a slim chance that they get to have with you. And if they mess it up, then they mess it up. I also feel, since she's looking into what looks like a crystal ball, you could be very intuitive in a way where you just know the right things to say to people that appeal to them, that they want to hear without you even realizing it. And so it adds that appealing magnetic factor to you where they want you even more. And the thing is, again, you don't even have to try. These are just ideas that come to you. These are just things that come to you naturally in conversation with people. And again, you just tell them what they want to hear, or you give them what they need in a way where you naturally sense what they need emotionally, mentally, physically, whatever it is, and you give it to them. And you also have a very healthy expression of love, and you just make people feel full of joy whenever they're around you. So I feel like it's very easy to fall in love with you, even if somebody's not trying to. Even if they're not looking for a relationship, it's very easy to fall in love with you because of the way you treat people. So that's what I also want to say. I see certain people feeling towards you that at first it was just sexual attraction. Then you made them feel some type of way that nobody else has ever made them feel. You could have also broken some hearts by rejecting certain people or by cutting certain people out of your life, but I don't think you necessarily intend to break people's hearts. Um, and I don't think cutting somebody out of your life you should feel guilty about, because I think for you, like I said, you're selective about who you choose. But then I see some people still feeling sad about the fact that they missed an opportunity with you. I also see an energy again where it's like I've never felt this way about anyone before, where now I'm starting to feel deep feelings for you and I don't know why. Um, and I feel like you even have that with people that aren't necessarily looking for love, where it's kind of like they just start feeling things for you. And things just happen very naturally with you. It doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel like you force things with people. And so feelings happen naturally. Sexual attraction happens naturally. The passion happens naturally. And with these chilies in her hair, I feel like people view you as very hot. We even mentioned cherries, that relates to sensuality. So you could be a very sensual person, and maybe within the way you walk, the way you talk, um, you just give off this natural allure without even trying. Like maybe you're very good at flirting with people, where it just comes natural to you. And that's the way people are viewing it. The people you flirt with, like it just comes naturally to you and you're smooth. Because I'm hearing that song Smooth Operator. Um so even if somebody isn't necessarily interested at first, and you flirt with them, it kind of feels like you are so smooth that you make them want you. So this is where I'm going to leave your reading. These are your seductive powers. Yeah, I'm hearing that, you have a lot of people lusting after you, that feel lustful towards you. But yeah, this was your reading. I do hope this resonated. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pal number twos. If you chose this rose quartz crystal, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at your seductive powers. Please be aware that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. But if you do find yourself resonating with these messages, then please consider hitting the subscribe button. My bookings for personal readings are open. I'm going to be taking my last few readings for the year, and then I'm going to be taking a break for a while from personal readings. So if you don't want to miss out, send me an email to make a booking. You can find my email address in the description box below. So your card is Lilith with the first woman, and it says, I am the voice of my body and soul. I choose the life I desire to live. Then your tarot cards are the Ten of Swords, the Nine of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the Hangman, Justice, and Four of Pentacles. So with the first woman here, I'm literally getting that you could be the first person certain people feel certain feelings towards. So for example, let's say you were in a situation with someone where you were seen to be their first love. And now, years later, they still find it hard to, get over you. They still find it hard to let go of you. They still find it hard to embrace new loves because they keep thinking back to the old love with you and how it felt, and how no other person has made them feel the way you made them feel sexually and romantically. And so there's a strong pull towards you, like, I want you back, but I can't let go of you. And I don't know, there's that type of feeling here. So you could be seen as the one that got away, in terms of your seductive powers, where let's say you had to use the seductive power of yours, and like, let's say you had an ex that you wanted to go back to, like, you could get them back very easily. That's the first thing I feel here. If you wanted to, but I'm sure a lot of you don't want your exes back, but I see that's one of your seductive powers, being able to get anybody back, even if, you dated years ago and it's been so long. Like, if you wanted them, you could have them. Another one of your seductive powers with this message is having this memorable type of love you give, but not only love, like sexual energies, like it's memorable. So people find themselves not forgetting about it, even when they're with other people later on in their life. It's like, maybe you were the first person that ever made me feel this 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 amount of pleasure sexually, or maybe you're the first person that's ever made me feel this way romantically. And it's like you stay on people's minds for the longest time, even years later, because the hangman is like, it's it's like this energy of, it's been a long time, it's been like years, and I'm still stuck on you. I'm still thinking about you. I'm still dreaming about you. I'm still looking for people like you in every person I meet. Well, the hangman's not that, but that's what I'm hearing. So you have this effect on people with your seductive powers of staying in their minds for the longest time, even years later, and that's one of your seductive powers as well. Another one of your seductive powers, pile number 2. Pile 1 was like one big one that like was the whole theme, but yours is like many little different ones. So, okay, let me tell you what I see. So, there's something about you being able to see people's true colors before they even show it to you. So I feel like you're very intuitive. When I got to your pile, I felt my third eye open so much. But what I feel with this in terms of your seductive powers, not just seeing through people and seeing people's true colors, if they're trustworthy or not, but I feel like you also are able to tell when people are crushing on you, when people feel sexual attraction towards you, even if they hide it. Even if they hide it, pile number 2, because I feel like you've had a lot of people in your life that feel some type of romantic attraction or sexual attraction towards you or crush on you, and then they try to deny their feelings and hide it from you, but then you naturally sense it, you pick up on it, and I'm seeing you almost like joke or flirt with them and be like, oh, you have a big crush on me, like as an example. And then the person's like, no, no, I don't. And then they get very flustered and very hot and their face goes all red. And it kind of just feels like they're like, how did they know? So, maybe you could make certain jokes with certain people of like, I know you have a crush on me or whatever it is, even if you don't make jokes like that, but it kind of just feels like you see right through it and you'd be able to get it out of them if you wanted to. So if you wanted them, you'd be able to almost like have them admit their feelings without forcing it out of them, but sort of seduce them into it, if that makes sense. So that's the energy I see here. I also see that you smell very good. So one of your seductive powers has to do with your scent. So let's say you just hug a person or you just walk past them. Because you smell really good, it activates their senses and it makes them like you even more. It makes your appeal even more attractive. Because you are a pretty person or you are a handsome person already, but when you smell good, it makes people want to be around you even more. It makes people want to touch you, be close to you, hug you, sort of smell you more, if that makes sense. So that's another thing I see. Going deeper into the scent area, I feel like there's something about, like when you're sexual with certain people, um, because you smell good, it's like I see them. Okay, for example, I see an example of um this is what I'm seeing visually. I see a man eating out a woman, right? And down there smells so good, tastes so good that he can't get enough. So I'm seeing an add-on to that message of like your body tastes like having a nice taste, like if they lick you or kiss you, or your body just smelling good if somebody goes down on you or something like that. So take it as it resonates. That's what I'm seeing as well. And then like let's say they're cuddling with you, it just makes you even more appealing because you smell good. Okay, so that's what I also see. Something about your lips also tasting good if you wear lip glosses or something like that. That's what I see too. Or yeah, that's what I see. Another one of your seductive powers is being able to be somebody's fantasy. So I feel like a lot of people see you as like a fantasy in their mind, um, and kind of fantasize about what they would do to you if they could. I see a lot of people undressing you with their eyes because they find you so attractive. And I feel like a lot of people in this pile are very free and open with their sexuality and sensuality. And I'm hearing the song "I Can't Be Tamed." So there's a feeling here of like, I'm seeing some in this pile that would consider themselves baddies, that would just consider themselves to be very seductive and very, in their sexual prime and comfortable with their sexuality. And I see you just wearing something and looking so sexy. And even if you don't show a lot of skin, it's just like your body looks so sexy where you don't even have to like physically seduce someone. They're already seduced by your body and the way you look and the way you smell. And something about that's coming through. Also, the sound of your voice is very seductive. Like you have a very sexy voice that people like to listen to. So let's say you're flirting with somebody, you could easily seduce them with your voice. That's what I see. There's also this feeling of people wanting to perform their best when they are, in the bedroom with you. Like, there's this feeling of pressure on them. I don't know why I'm picking up on this, but there's this feeling of pressure on them, like I have to perform my best and really like give this person pleasure and show them a good time. And I see this energy of them even holding on to sexual experiences with you, even if it wasn't romantic. Um, they still think about it later and fantasize about it and like sort of daydream about it later on. Whether it be a month later, a year later, whatever it is, people still hold on to those memories sexually. Okay, and it's very hard to not want you. It's very hard to resist you with the Nine of Wands. So people see you as very irresistible. That's one of your seductive powers. So what Spirit is showing me on top of that message is, when you see such delicious food and, you tell yourself, okay, I'm going to eat healthy this week. And then that food just looks so delicious that you can't resist it. That is the feeling you have towards people, if I had to use that as a metaphor, because it's what I'm seeing clairvoyantly. So you're just so delicious where even when people try to mentally resist you and tell themselves, no, like, I'm not going to go for this person, they find themselves going there anyways, even though they didn't want, even though they tried to, not that they didn't want to, even though they tried to stop themselves from doing so, it's like you're hard to resist. Okay, so that's what I see. You have a way of making people feel nervous with your sensuality. Like, let's say you flirt with a person, you'll make them feel nervous in front of you, but in a way they feel nervous, but they also want you at the same time. I feel like a lot of people in this pile are very independent, where you live your life for you. You live your life the way you want to live it. And so you don't like controlling people. You don't like, for example, so, I was seeing baddies, for example. Let's say you dress a certain type of way and you're a woman watching. You don't want a man in your life that, forces you to dress a certain way. You know what I mean? So I see that you're very independent and headstrong, and you're not just going to let a person control you. And because of that, that makes you even more seductive. Because the fact that you have independence, the fact that you have your own thing going on, um, you're not giving off a vibe of desperation. Like, I'm desperate for your attention and your validation and your love. Like, you're good on your own. And so it creates this powerful energy of other people chasing after you. Okay. I also see that there's something very beautiful about your hair and your eyebrows, or handsome about your hair and eyebrows, where people just find you insanely attractive. I also see that some of you could be bi-curious or curious about exploring your sexuality, or you could make other people question their own sexuality as well. So, for example, let's say we have a very sexy woman watching, a very beautiful woman watching, and another woman sees you, and at first she thinks I'm straight, but then she sees you and she's so attracted to you that she questions her sexuality. This is something I've gotten within my piles before. There's always one pile that makes people question their sexuality. So let's go ahead and shuffle your cards off camera, and then I'll show you what else we get. Okay, so you have the cards Air Elements in reverse with Adaptability and Lace Agate, and you have Candy Cane Angel, It's Time for a Treat. So remember how I was speaking about how, you see delicious food over there and you can't resist it? This is confirmation, but I was also talking about you tasting good down there, smelling good down there. And so people want you more, they want seconds, um they want to go down on you. I don't know why I'm picking up on that, but I am sensing that energetically they want to kiss you because your lips taste sweet. There could also be something about you speaking in a very sweet way to people, or just being very sweet as a person in general. And so people always want to spend time around you because of how sweet you are. It's like, I'm addicted to your sweetness. I want more and more and more of your sweetness, and I can't get enough. So you could make people feel like, I can't get enough of you, whether that's platonic, romantic, sexual, all of it. You have that effect on people with your seductive powers. I find it funny that we spoke about you being someone's first love, or hard to let go of, hard to forget, and we have sweet memories at the back of the deck in reverse. So I see this as like, I have these memories playing over and over in my mind again, and I can't let go of them. I can't move on, even though I try to. So that's very interesting. With the adaptability card in reverse, how I'm reading this is, you're not going to compromise on things you don't want to compromise on. And hear me out. So I know that some of you watching will compromise on certain things if it is fair, because it's over the justice card. If you feel it's fair, if you feel it's worth it. But some of you could come across as quite stubborn, and this is not necessarily bad. Your stubbornness is actually one of your seductive powers if you relate to this. So, like, going back to the example of, I'm not going to be controlled, if you're going to be attracted to me and date me because you think I look gorgeous and sexy dressing like this, and then now you're dating me and you're telling me I can't wear this, I'm not gonna stand for this. I'm not gonna let you control me. I'm not gonna let you tell me what I can or can't do, because at the end of the day, even though we're dating, it's still my life. I'm still my own person that gets to choose and decide what I want to do. And so because you have this stubbornness of like, I'm not gonna compromise on this situation because it goes against what I want. It goes against what I think is fair for me. Because you have that headstrong energy, it makes people want you even more. Um, but I also think it creates this energy where, let's say somebody wants to put their power over you or have control over you, you're not able to be controlled or be in that power play thing with them. It's like you've gotten out of the game and they're the only ones in that power play game. So I feel like it adds to your seductive energy, because it's like, I see some people, I don't know why I'm tapping into this energy, but maybe you've had a lot of controlling, narcissistic people in your life. But I see them kind of being in this power play energy of like, I want to control you. I want to like tell you to do this and have you listen to me. But then when you talk back to them and you have this feisty, fiery energy with you of like, no, I won't do this. It makes them even more attracted to you in a way, even though they wanted you to sort of listen to them. It makes them more attracted to you because it almost feels like you now have the power in the situation. I don't know how to explain it, but I don't understand how these people's minds work, but I see them being very turned on by that. I even see, like, let's say you call a person out, it could turn them on in a way. I don't understand why, but it's what I'm seeing. So I'm gonna leave your reading here. I do hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pile number threes. If you chose this golden cat's eye heart, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at your seductive powers. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. But if you do find yourself resonating with these messages, then please consider hitting the subscribe button. Bookings are open for personal readings. I'm going to be taking my last few readings for the year, and then I'm going to be taking a break for a while from personal readings. So if you don't want to miss out, send me an email to create a booking. You can find my email address in the description box below. Okay, so your card is the Goddess of Magic with sexual energy sacred. My pleasure is a prayer that brings me back to life. Your tarot cards are the Five of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Judgment card. Okay, so with your pile, as soon as I got to your pile, I started hearing music next door, and I almost felt like I was at like some kind of pool party, or like I almost felt like I was just having fun dancing with you, you know. So there's something about your first seductive power being one that you always know how to make things a fun time. You know, you always know how to make people have fun around you and break the ice. And so I think even in romantic situations with people, they always find themselves having fun with you. They never find themselves being bored or, you know, wanting to go home. It's always a good time with you. And they even find that they can even develop a friendship with you. And so it makes them want you even more because there's a stronger bond there. There's a stronger sense of like, I'm having fun. So I want you even more because I like your presence. Your presence is like pleasurable to me as I'm in these other people's energies that are attracted to you or want you. You know, you could even be at a place dancing, and then people are attracted to you based off the way you dance, based off the way you move your body. Since I said I heard music and it almost felt like I was at a pool party dancing, you know, on a very hot day. So there is that energy of you being like summer to people, you making everything fun, and there's something about your body always looking so sexy while you dance and you looking very seductive. And I see people wanting to dance with you or wanting you because of the way you dance, okay? You could also have a very beautiful singing voice. That's coming through for somebody here. There's little things that you do that are so sexy without you even realizing, and that's part of your seductive power. So I'm seeing this other lady I used to watch on YouTube. I should watch her videos again. I don't know why I haven't, but her name is It's Baby J, and I remember I remember watching her, and she made a specific video on how to tap into your pleasure centers more. And she was talking about eating food and just going like, And even though it sounds weird and you feel weird doing that in the moment, you kind of connect to like your pleasure. So I'm seeing that in my mind, like somebody eat and go like, So I know that's just like a silly example, but there's something about like you doing little things. Like, let's just say you eat really good food and you're really enjoying it, and you're making a certain sound from your mouth and it's seductive to someone, it's sexy to someone. Or let's just say you're doing something small but it's seen as sexy without you even trying to be sexy or be seductive. I see that energy with you. I even see with this pile, you know, you could just be having a conversation with someone, talking to somebody, and something about the way you look at them with your eyes, like maybe you're just listening to them and like you're blinking slowly and you're nodding along to the conversation, like to them, and you're just listening to them and you're looking at them in their eyes, but there's something seductive about your eyes without even you trying to like flirt intentionally. And sometimes people got the wrong impression from you where they thought you were flirting with them when you weren't. So I feel like you get that a lot, but I feel like it's your eyes. Like you'll just look at a person with these sexy eyes of yours and blink your eyes, flutter your eyelashes, and it just makes them want you. And you're not even trying to flirt or be sexy in a way, but you're just being sexy without even realizing it. So I feel like you have little mannerisms or little things you do that are seen as sexy to others, that are seen as seductive without you even intentionally doing that. So I do see that. I don't know why, but I'm seeing someone in this pile knows how to twerk. I'm just seeing that in my mind's eye. Anyways, I also see that you know how to make people very nervous in front of you without trying to make them nervous. So let's say you're talking to somebody and they have a crush on you, or they're romantically attracted to you or sexually attracted to you. You make them very nervous, but then at the same time very calm. I know that sounds contradictory, but it's like they're nervous because they have a crush on you, but your presence feels calming and nurturing in a way. And so there's something about that energy of calm after nerves making them more attracted to you because of the way you make them feel. Oh, okay, I get it now. So something about the way you make people feel being one of your seductive powers. So like let's say somebody's really having a bad day and you just make them feel calm with your presence by just talking to them. And then all of a sudden they feel like kissing you and, being intimate with you in that way because you just made them feel something. Or let's say you're talking to somebody and they had so much fun with you and you weren't even seeing it as a date or something romantic, and then they all of a sudden try to kiss you because they were just having so much fun with you that you made them feel a certain type of way that now they want you. I'm also seeing that. There's something about the chest area that is seen as very seductive and sexy to others, specifically for the woman watching, your chest area. Also your back. And with the rose, yeah, I always feel like people want to do romantic gestures for you, like give you roses or, do little things for you that make you happy. So what I was seeing clairvoyantly in the beginning of your reading was, in certain movies where the villain has like somebody that's like a sidekick and that sidekick almost does everything for that person. Like, silly example, let's just say that sidekick is being told, get me water, and just goes and get that person water. That's a stupid example, but that's what I'm seeing in my mind. It's like certain people just want to follow you around and do little things for you and almost act in a way of like, I would do anything for you. I almost want to cater for you as I'm in these people's energies of like people that are attracted to you. I want to do everything for you. I want to do romantic things for you. I almost want to follow you around like a puppy dog. So I think that's how you make people feel, and it's like you're seductive in a way by them thinking, okay, if I do all these things for you, maybe you will like see how much I like you. So I see that's like other people's thinking. But your seductive power within that is, okay, I can almost get people to do things I want for me. And of course, don't use it in a manipulative way, but it's like, I see people almost just wanting to do little things for you where you're just receiving. So let's say they want to buy you gifts or they want to make you dinner or whatever it is. It's just like, I want to do little things for you that show how much I care for you or show how I feel towards you without actually telling you with my words. And that's part of your seductive power, being able to receive those things from people. With the goddess of magic, I'm almost being taken to this feeling of like I'm under your spell without you even doing a spell on me. Okay, so I almost feel like infatuated with you, or like I'm under your spell, under a love spell or a lust spell where I just want you and I don't know why, and it just feels very magical. I also feel like when you're with people intimately in the bedroom, there's something about your energy that is so beautiful and potent, that something about your sexual energy being so sacred, that there's something about the sex that is magical in a way where they just want you even more. Where it's nothing like they've ever felt before. It feels very emotional, it feels very magical, it feels very spiritual. In a way, it doesn't feel like just a casual act of pleasure. It feels like more than that. And so I see some people getting attached to you after being intimate with you. Okay, this is definitely my magical pile, because as I say that, I'm seeing a vision from the Love Witch. I don't know if somebody here actually like is a witch and does magic, but it almost feels like you put people under a love spell without doing so literally, unless you literally do love spells. But I'm seeing the Love Witch scene where she basically is with a guy, like in that type of way. And then they kind of like are at this kind of cabin or something, and then she leaves, and then he's like, Elaine, Elaine, come back, I need you. Like he's crying. So and before that his demeanor was very different. Like he just wanted something sexual from her, like just probably like a one night stand or something. But after that he was like literally crying for her, like I need you, I need you, after they were intimate. So it feels like, even if I'm just intending for this to be like a one night stand or friends with benefits type of situation, I can't help but catch feelings for you. And that's part of your seductive powers, where people almost feel like they need you, like they can't live without you. And it may seem a little bit codependent. Okay, so that's what I see. This pile, because you're so sexy as well, you may have also faced a lot of criticism, judgment, or jealousy or envy from other people of the same sex. So, for example, if you're a man watching, other men could be very jealous and envious of you, because it almost feels like I can't compete with you. Or vice versa with women, maybe other women are jealous, envious of you because you're taking the attention away from them. Or, maybe a man that they likes you. Whatever it is, take it as it resonates, but that's the energy I see as well. Let's go ahead and pull your oracle cards off camera, and then I'll show you what we have. I'm seeing an image of like, okay, let's just say someone spent the night with you and now I want to make you pancakes. So going back to that energy I said before of like, I want to do little things for you that show how much I care. That's what I keep seeing. Okay, so your cards are Etymon Star in the reverse with Conviction and Red Jasper, Desert Jasper with Vesta and Resolve, and Dried Flower Fairy with Sweet Memories. What I also want to say is you make people feel alive. So I feel like part of your seductive power is like the way you make people feel. That's the thing that's come up like the strongest, like the way you make people feel, where now they want you even more. And then the other biggest energy I was seeing was, I want to do little things for you. So part of your seductive power is not making people want to do things for you or forcing people to do things for you, but they naturally just want to do it for you. Um, and then with Sweet Memories and Resolve, I do feel like you have some people from your past that find it hard to let go of you, that, still maybe even think back to you and want to resolve something with you. You may want to watch pile 2 if you were drawn, because this came up in their pile, but if not, that's okay. But I see them healing their heart. I see them still healing from whatever happened in your connection. or just healing from the breakup in general. And I see them feeling like it's hard to let go of the memories with you because of the way you made them feel. It's like you make people feel these powerful, strong feelings that almost like take over their whole body. They can't control it. That's what I see. Maybe you're somebody that feels things on a very deep level, and so you have that effect on people naturally with your energy. So this is what I have for you. I do hope this reading resonated with you, pile number 3. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.